All right, hello, this is Lana. This is Galactic Civilizations um, for Supernova. This is the 2.0 version of the game. And I'm going to start off with some comments I had on the previous video. Um, so one of it is why don't I do colony first? And I always do two probes. And kind of the reason is some of this comes down to playstyle. I like to get the entire uncover the map, but there's a couple of reasons. In Galactic Civilizations 3, you got a lot more out of building getting a colony ship out, rushing them out as much as possible. You're racing against the AI because there's, you know, pretty much every world was a core world. It's not so much here, you're getting bonuses and there's just so many worlds you need to colonize. I don't find that getting one extra world at the beginning is going to make that big of a deal. Um, so that's kind of why I always do that. And here, let me launch the game here. Um, the this was actually there's quite a few comments. And then they're saying that the colony ships do reveal the map. They do, but they have a very low sensor range. And in GalCiv 3, I used to add sensor modules to colony ships, but now I prefer to add um, uh, the unshielded drives to my colony ships, and that doesn't allow that uses up all the mass, so there's no reason to do that. And I can send colony ships, and I can click on them, click on the star, but then I basically lose a scout, and then I have to send another scout over to continue looking through that whole thing. I just find that in most games it works better. I just get colony or two probes out right away. Um, I played mini games, and it just seems to work better that way. There was also a um, the eyes of the universe. I almost never do this, nor do I do the telescope takeover. So, the telescope takeover is an executive order. You can uncover part of the map. I'd just rather use it for the, enlist colonists executive order, just expand a little bit faster. It helps also make up for the fact that I'm doing two probes at the beginning. Uh, some people scout with it, but the probes will get there probably a couple turns later. I just find there's no reason to do that, and I've played quite a bit to know like which stars, and I kind of explained at the beginning which stars are actually better than others, as far as where to send my colony ships. I have a good feeling that I can, if I send a probe to a purple world, that there's a good chance it's going to have a precursor world. So I send those, scout them out. So I'm not, you know, I played lower settings, and they're not all full. Every world I go to isn't guaranteed to have a colony, and this actually goes into the colony ship thing. Like I have no idea. You can send a colony ship and hit 5 systems and not find a single world to colonize, or a good one. So I'd rather just get the probes out, scout out everything. And then back on the Eyes of the Universe, I generally could care less where the AI capitals are. I usually focus on my own sector. Plus, to get the Eyes of the Universe, you either have to get resources, and I play with lower resources. You have to get 3 Promethean. So for me, it would be spending about 450 credits uh, to get an improvement that it does give you one culture point. It's not enough. With the 450 credits, I can get or 2 leaders out of it. Those leaders can give me a lot more benefits. And they're about on par what I would get with the culture points. It's just that to me, it's not as useful. But the Eyes of the Universe is one that a lot of people in the community like doing. I've never really cared that much. And then as far as scouting too, once I meet an AI and you've met them for 20 turns, you can do a exploration treaty. At that point, I can trade that, which they give me actually a fair amount for doing it, and then they will scout for me, and I get to see what they've seen. So I just make it up that way. And so that's kind of some of the other things there. So if people have questions, I'll answer them. I do, I do these things not to, I don't make any money off them, and I don't intend to ever, I never want to be in the position where I'm trying to worry about my analytics and how many people are watching and how much I get per view. I could care less. You'll hear it right now because I'm just describing this. You'll never hear me saying like, press the like button and subscribe and ring the bell for notification. You'll never hear it. I'm never going to do it. To me, I'm against this. I understand the point of advertising, but I don't advertise that stuff. So you're not going to hear the ring the bell notification stuff from me. I'm probably throwing money away. I could care less. I just do it for fun. So looks like someone actually, now it actually says someone's in the chat, so I don't know. But yeah, sometimes people will be in the chat, it'll say like, no one's here, and then 3 people respond in chat, so I don't know how OBS handles that. So welcome to whoever's here. I was just kind of explaining, doing some commentary on. I got a comment. And I was like, that's actually good. If some people leave comments and they have questions of the game or things I see on the Discord, I'll start these videos with this. So getting back to it, and you'll kind of see me live on how I put the game down for a day. I came back, and now I'm kind of reviewing. My little routine is kind of review, like see the situation here, because I cannot always remember what I was working on for the other game. Now, you can do different things, like rally points, to help with that. So let's kind of go through this, and I'm going to click Go To. And, by putting this rally point, I use rally points as map pins. By using the rally points, I remind myself, okay, the yore's here. Well, I can see them now. I don't actually need that rally point anymore, so I can remove that. And then, let's see. I'm still asking Stardock, if you ever see this, I want a rally point button right on the screen. I don't want to find my ships. It's like one of my requests is like, I hate digging for it. Or a hotkey. Give me a hotkey for it. All right. This I set up to kind of, this is actually served as a rally point. It's to kind of put an area to stage for a potential evasion. And then another rally point just to say, hey, Manti are here. I don't need to know that. And I think I intend to have another one over here for some sentinels, but that's okay. All right, next thing, there's a lot of information you can get on the game, and one is the if you click on databank, you can get some info. So it's a good for recapping, what you were working on. All right, so economic power, I'm second of all the civilizations I've known, and I can get the summaries over here. I'm literally second on economic power at this point, mostly because I believe I'm running the land exploitation, which I'm probably going to turn off soon. If I have that on, that means I'm trying to get more leaders so I can get more governors. So that's what I was doing there. And so I can't afford that governor, so I'm going to leave that on here. All right, military power. Mine's, this is too early in the game where I worry about it. In the early part of the game, I go very economic heavy, and I get my base and get, I've played enough games to kind of know what I need military-wise to be able to fend off the AI, and how much I need to at least get get by to keep focusing on the economy. Population, kind of in the middle. What's actually odd is I'm not first place on colonized worlds. I'm usually am, but someone's beating me to it. Which I'm going to say could be that there might be the Mimot on this map. They tend to be the only ones that out-colonize me, but it's hard to say, unless one of these other factions are... Oh, it could be the Manti. Let's go stats, Manti, colonized worlds, never mind, it's a Manti. I'm actually surprised. I don't think they have any actual bonus, because they're not like Taurians. They're aquatic, but they don't have the same thing. And then manufacturing. Mine's getting there. I'm I have a pretty good start with worlds, but I haven't really built a strong manufacturing. I usually do. I start off getting enough to get colony ships really quick, then I transition over to research, and then I work on getting my economy, and then I come back and just explode with manufacturing power. And then approval. I don't really worry about this too much. It's good to see, like, if your approval's low and my citizens are mad because I'm running pollution, and they're based off the bear attack, which are extra sensitive to pollution, so they're annoyed that I did that. But I mean, approval is actually one of the most important stats when determining how productive a colony is. It's not a stat that you should ignore. It's almost priority, something you want to work on above anything else, with how the formula works. Treasury, I don't care. What's interesting, what you can see in this chart is these guys they dropped a lot of credits on something. In fact, they dropped. Why would they get? They're in the They're way in the negatives. I don't even know how that's possible. I might actually, one second, I might just screenshot this real quick. Yeah, I don't know how they could be that far down into the negatives, like, because you can't do that. I'll bring that, but yeah, you can get a lot from these timelines and the reports and stuff. Almost too much. You got like the best spy in the world, as someone I was talking to yesterday. They can find all this information. I'd say if they ever introduce espionage, and this would be controversial at the time, to start hiding this information again until you've built up your spies, but it unfortunately might be too late for that. And then in Databank, a lot of people, these core world, this chart here is very useful. In fact, I'd rather it be somewhere else instead of here, but you can get a pretty good summary of all your planets, and you can see what they're building and what their shipyard is building and stuff like that. So, all right. Well, I think I got the basics here. Okay, I have 2 spores, and so kind of looking here, I've entered. I got a colony, which I'm competing against a core world right now. There is a little problem that they have a 9.7 influence growth. So right now I put my colony before them, so I got a pretty good head start. But if I don't get another core world there, they could actually annex this system, and I don't want them to do that because this has a resource, which isn't the best resource, but I can use it to sell stuff. And then I believe Oh, and they're protesting. Yeah, they're all protesting. So if I get, so right now we're going to have a tangle of or we're fighting over influence. This is contested. Um, but if I get some, like a star base, and I play with a limit, I do only one star base on anything as much as possible. So, right now in the game, you can stack, you could put like, well, one starbase per type. So one culture starbase, one economic one. I could stack like, a whole bunch of them and I could just quickly flip this world. But I don't like doing it. In fact, I'm trying to constantly like, hey, let's get rid of this functionality. No more stacking. All right. So, what do we have here? We have. Oh, I think I was uncovering the fog of war with this fleet while it's not doing anything. And then this. Okay, so this constructor is I'm playing with the vigilant ability, which gives extra range on my constructors. So where this is I can, with one constructor I can uh, get in possibly in range of 2 colonies, and I don't know if that is close enough. That should be within range, but sometimes when you're on this circle, it's out of range. How much movement I got? I think that one will not work. So I'd like to see maybe a little bit more clear. Okay, I'll do it next turn. It's not hugely important because this is just an economic base. I'm not racing against someone. Now, I can watch the AI and see like, okay, they're sending some trade ships, so they're going over here to Iconia to trade with them, and then they have a constructor. Which, what are you doing? Oh, their constructor might be coming over here to get that Durantium.
High pollution has led to the birth of a new pathogen on the planet.
Okay.
At this point, it's unclear where exactly.
Now, this is a.
Clear is how little resistance our
I'm glad this popped up. This is a type of event that's
this also means that it allows the host
in reaction to how I've set up my empire. I'm running land exploitation. It's creating a lot of pollution, and now I believe that's a requirement to trigger this event. And now it's saying, hey, they're over polluted right now, and now it's caused this plague. So the events that you see are kind of based on the there's many factors on how they can trigger. So I can quarantine everyone, which will absolutely kill my production, and I definitely don't want to do it. So then we have citizens become plague for 20 turns, 20 months, or 20 for which I actually don't know what plague does. I might plague my citizens out of curiosity. And then I guess plague is going to be. This probably is going to be bad. Reducing my influence growth for 20 months is 20 months is probably the best choice. It'll slow this down, but I'm not. I mean, you can make up for it other ways because it's not a multiplier. It's not reducing the total. It's just if I hover over this, I'm gaining. I don't even know if it shows it. Maybe I'll show it next turn. So I have a star base that's giving me 20%. It just basically overwrote that benefit. It's 20% minus 25. So it's a minus 5% influence growth. But it doesn't, it's not cutting my influence growth by a quarter, if that makes any sense. All right. Okay, we're building some ships. It looks like I was starting to build up some fleets and get my fleet score up. Okay, so we have a freighter that I set up, and I'm sending my freighters, I believe, to these guys. And looking at my diplomatic situation, I believe they were okay. I believe they were saying at the previous um, video, I looked at I looked at the Manti, and they're like, "Hey, we kind of covet your worlds," and what that means is your military is really weak. We're going to come over and take your land or your territory because of it. But now that I've built up some military, I didn't have to go hog wild on increasing my military score. I just had to get just enough to get over the threshold, you know. Now, but I am going to try to at least get somewhere in the middle of the pack. I don't know if I'm going to race to first place on it. I think I'm doing more of a passive game. Okay, so I got a little bit more chance to move this and wiggle it around. I feel like this is enough, but yeah, it's one of the things that are not clear. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I believe that this is not, it's not counting hexes. I think it's the distance calculation, just like volley works. So we'll have to see here. I would like this to be a flat. Oh, jeez. Okay, we will not do that this turn because I misclicked. Do it next turn. Let's see. I might shadow this colony ship just to see where it's going. I think it's going over here. Um, all right, and what I'm thinking I'm going to do. Unfortunately, I don't have a world, the best world to do this with, because I'm looking for a paradise world. It's hard to tell with these. Cultural input 4.9. This is, oh, jeez, which one is this? Our arboreal. Everything's arboreal in this area. And that's desert. That's our. This tropical. Might try to leap over. Maybe I might do that. I might switch my. I might actually leap over the Yor and colonize on the other side of them. And then just, you know, have them circled. Alright, so I need, instead of freighters, I got enough going on here. Let's get, let's get at least 3 colony ships going. And I'm doing this, interstellar colony ship. I'm going to try to get over here and take all this stuff on this other side and really push this out, because I'm not quite ready, and I'm not sure how I'm going to handle the Manti. They could become a problem if I wait too long. But they're not. I'm going to probably have to get some influence over here just to make sure I don't lose this research world. And I play a lot of games, or the game more to respond to different things. I don't generally make a lot of long-term plans. Like I don't come in like sometimes I'll do it to explain something, but I won't make a plan like I'm gonna win this game by influence victory. No, I kind of just react. All right. Before I move anything else, we're going to build. I'm gonna actually do economic or communication starbase. I probably will go economic first. Let's see. And then Starbase Factory, 0G scaling, and then I can't do the research there. Okay, Celestoria. Okay, I'm out of food, so I don't want to get rid of my farmer. And we have 20 expectations, but this is going to be a core world, so I'm going to send the... Who's going to be the best one? Probably them, because they're just generally happy. And then I do have enough credits, so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to turn off land exploitation, just so I don't cripple my economy. And then I'm going to do experimental drives. And yeah, just turning off the pollution. Now I don't have any problems with food. So I think that I'll do these policies right now, and I'll keep coerced colonization. I do have plenty of money coming in, so I'm going to lower my taxes just a little bit here to improve this and kind of get, I was starting to slow down with my colony or my colonizing, but the yours just doing very poorly with grabbing all this over here. So I'm switching gears and going back to colonizing it. And we'll take something here. Okay, so... Oh, there must be something down here. Just in case I decide I might declare war on them, I might just shadow. Because I sometimes will be like, you know what? I'm going to attack all of your colony ships. Just before. But I would have to make a decision. I don't want to put all my freighters over here and then declare war, because all that time was wasted. It's not as big of a deal to waste time, but... Okay, and then this is... I'll put my high expectations person on this colony ship, because I'm going to send this one over to probably this world. It's not going to get... It's a candidate for a core world, but I'm not going to core that one. I would take these two, but there's really no point. Oh, well, maybe not. I think it'll still be about 30% decay if I were to do that. But I need to put a leader on here. Oh, of course. Just rolling just terrible leaders. But there's no choice. I'll change it later. I need to get this one going so I don't lose this. All right. So now to think about, for this world, I want to build some influence on it, because I want to get some influence going to prevent this being flipped. But I do need some production going to do that. What's my approval? Okay, the supply depot is really good for approval. It's a manufacturing improvement. I mean, it's got a nice bonus, and you can put it around. So it grants 2 manufacturing, 2 military, and then it also, as it levels up, it gains 1% approval. So it's kind of handy for that. Okay, so we'll set up a shipyard. Ooh, excuse me. We'll set up a shipyard to pretty quick because I try to get those out pretty early, and then I'm going to probably use this tile here for my starport, which means I'll put the planetary generator right there and the supply depot right here. And then manufacturing. It might be too much. How much pollution? Okay, something like that. I'm not. I'll adjust this, and then I'm going to. Now, this is not the greatest world to start trying to push influence off. It only has 2 cultural input, and then it'll be 3. But I really don't have. I just want to get enough. They're putting out 11.6 influence. I need to at least have that influence growth to not have this get annexed. So cultural districts, yeah, these are all percentages now. So 2, maybe like this. I'll play around with it. I may change my mind. This is the plan. This is actually good, probably a good world to do my tourism on. Although, did I already assign that? No, I already put it over here. So I've already used this one in tourism, but this one has a tourism improvement. I might do the food, just cause food tiles are kind of nice to have. And this would be, yeah, this would be actually in a ways better tourism capital. I might do that. I may come in here and repurpose some of these at a later time. But I think that's enough as far as that is concerned. And it's really there just to get the base colony influence growth. I think is like 1, so it isn't going to work that well. Let's see, upgrades. And do we have the planetary beacon? Yes, I do. Yes. Okay. So planetary beacon now increases the influence growth by a little bit more. I have changed my mind. I'm going to... Did I get any colonies? No. I might try to get these 2 so I can put the cultural beacon on those. And then that will be enough to... that'll set my base cultural input to... well, not 4, but like at least 3. And then their base cultural input is 4, so it'll allow me to keep up. And the AI is not going to do well anyways with building influence districts. So I can, even though this doesn't look like a great cultural center, it will be enough to secure this area. And generally, I could probably flip these colonies with this world. Oh yeah, the 4th one would come from the culture starbase. Okay, so I'm going to... Can I still shadow this just to see where they're going? Okay, and then Now I have a open borders treaty, so I'm gonna go inside their territory and scout out. And because I'm scouting, I'm gonna send. I'm gonna wait till this turns over. I'll split up this fleet to scout out their territory faster, and then recombine on the other side. Okay, and then probably send this one here. Okay. Now this part can get a little micro heavy. Oop. Well, let's send them all the same direction. That's not what I want to do. I have no problem doing all the extra micro to optimize some of this stuff. You don't have to do this. But if I split up my fleet, I can clear the fog a little faster and get some eyes on, what they're doing. Now there's a relic over here, and navigators. And I think I'm going to probably drain my population a little further than I would like. But kind of doing a early mid-game colonization phase that I didn't plan for. Okay, so if I look here, this colony ship can't get to this planet over here. However, I have some colony ships en route, and once I colonize one, I can get to those worlds. I also can come in here. It's only talking a couple points. I could say, okay, if I have maybe find one with 15 diligence, which probably is going to happen, I could put them there to get to the extra range. All right.
Our flagship has made an intriguing discovery.
Okay, this
originates from the Dreadlord.
I might dismantle. I don't need the Harbinger, plus I really can use these credits to buy more leaders. And this kind of goes back into why I don't waste money on colony ships, is because I buy a lot of leaders. I get governors, stuff for ministers, and then you can unlock these factions as well. And I didn't need to buy them right now, but actually, let's see. I can put. Okay, so I might fire them as my minister because I have a better one, more social points on this one. And then they have nothing better than anyone else, but I have a commander. They look like a pretty good commander right now. And so I have the pollen, which is 30% growth to all worlds in range and 30% food to all worlds in range. And that's good because my capital actually has, I think, some decent or some food growth on there. And then here, this looks like more of a combat one, so 4 hit points per level. And we have the solar wind, minus 50% decay for all worlds within range. Pretty handy. But I might put this leader on the pollen. She'll be its commander now. And then that puts it, they'll show up next to your homeworld. Now this particular one, I actually just want to park them. I can go around and grab nearby, can kind of go back and forth and, use as a flagship. Does this have a flagship? Command center. Oh, maybe this one cannot. Oh, it does have the survey module, so I can use this as a flagship to level it up. Of course, the AI is right in the middle of my territory, and taking some of my. Let's see, they're gonna probably grab that too. I think I might just leave it here to increase my growth, but I will park it. I hit N for standby or sentry, And now if I come over here, and so we have our food, and because I have the pollen, I get a 3% food, and I think I was at 11, and now I have 21. I'm not sure if that math is, or if I did the math on that. I might have got food from another source. But I have Kimberly's Refuge here. Now I'm getting a whole bunch of food from this world. And so I don't have to worry about a problem. And I actually have a mod out there that I do like that you can for one of your worlds you can convert food to your surplus food to wealth. And I don't have it enabled right now. In my future games, I'm going to enable it because this faction was built around it. But you have to have the farmer trait. But that's available on the GalCiv 4 workshop, or if you go to the Discord, the modding channel. And then also the pollen gave me a 30% population growth. All right, and coming back here, I think what I might do now is I might finish building the trade network, and then you see here we have these districts and these upgrades. And what this upgrade is if you look at these districts, this is a level 3 district, this is a level 6 district, and this is a level 7 district. If I do manufacturing, I increase all those by 1 level. So increasing or doing that upgrade adds another 6% more manufacturing. So I might do that. Well, am I going to do that, or am I do? I'm already approval capped. So I will do this upgrade, and I'm going to move it a little bit higher priority. Now, and my pollution's actually pretty good, so I can do even more manufacturing right now to get to about 20% pollution. And I might as well just take this one, even though it pushes a little higher than I normally go. So now, once I build all these three, I said this would add 3 levels, 1, 2, 3. Well, now this is even more useful, and it'll add 6 levels. And these upgrades are maintained. You don't have to build them. There's no timing involved. You don't have to wait until you've built all your districts. It'll just use this upgrade level. So we'll do that, and that should increase my production by quite a bit on this world. There comes a point where it's sometimes even better to do the district upgrade than it is to actually build the districts, depending on just how you got everything stacked up. I don't know why in these streams I always try to control it. Well, I know why. It's if I control everything with a mouse, you can sort of see what I'm doing, but I need to not do it. Oh, the AI is doing a supply ship. What are you grabbing? You're kind of being a pain in the butt, Manti. It'd be a shame if someone just took over. So you're coming down here. So I think we're safe, at least for a little while, but not too long, to grab these 2 colonies. Let's start that. Let's get one over here. Which one's better? We'll grab Severus. I need to split these off a little bit so I have more coverage. Now, if you have enough fleets, you could completely encase a colony if you don't want the AI to grab it. I could, if you have 6 ships, you can block them completely if you see a world that you don't want to lose. Oh, they're going for this approval relic, I bet. Okay, so we'll come up here. There's a black hole. Come over here, which is empty space, and over there is sky empty space. So just minding my own business in their territory. Don't mind me. I need to do some diplomacy here. Let's see. Hey, so this, I think a lot of people when they play, sometimes these things pop up and they keep asking for money. And if you, like, because through diplomacy, I got to like 9. Instead of asking me for 70 credits, they'll just randomly like, here's some money. So if you're annoyed with the AI, just work on your diplomacy and they give you gifts. All right. Okay, let's do some diplomacy. Here, actually, this little icon here means that they're willing to trade with you. Okay, and I'll cover over this, again here. We have these are all the bonuses, and this is why they're really liking me right now. In fact, if I were to go down the diplomacy tree, I could even ally with them at this point. I'd have to unlock the treaty, but I can do that. All right, so they have a lot of now. They like us, so they can give us a discount on our trades. So you may have earlier I was giving them. Let's go back. So we have leaders. I have treaty obligations. I was giving them some money. So I'm given 3 credits per turn. Well, now this is where this pays off. Because I did that, I went in here and actually I don't even know if I did that, but I don't need it anymore. You can give them tribute, which it can be a little bit sometimes, but the discounts you get later on are worth it. Okay, so let's see what we can do. I have diplomat capital, and we're good friends with them. They'll give me the best use for it, so let's trade that to them. That's worth something here. Not much, but some extra credits. I might do persuade after I finish some of this stuff up. Harmony crystals, I want these. Let's say I want 5 of the. I'm waiting for it to jump. Maybe I'll do 5. I'll play around with this. And then Durantium. They don't really care too much. I'm just kind of seeing what they need. They look like they were somewhat interested in Lyrium. Starbase modules, I can trade to them. And I'm probably going to trade them Starbase modules because you can buy, can buy low and sell high a little bit here. So do that. Thulium, I don't have a lot coming in. They have the same. I don't think they're going to trade me anything for it. Okay, so they don't want to trade me 5 harmony crystals. They don't want to trade hardly any. So let's see how many credits per month I can give them. Can I do? How many credits am I making? 26. So I can trade them half my credits per month for 5 harmony crystals, which I actually think is worth it. May not sound like it's worth it. Let's start with that, and then maybe let's do 3 and see what I can take off the table. Okay, so now it's 7 credits per month. I'm gonna go with 6, and that's because I'm going to do credits. Now here's the trick. I got my credits here. I did 7, and you notice that this bar I may not show it up here, but this is not exactly centered. I can click it again. It's not going to do it, is it? I think it actually is. What's 6? Is 6 go? Oh, it was optimized. Okay, never mind. Okay, so this is the a perfect deal, or it's an optimized deal. I'm not giving more than I need to. I'm getting 3 Harmony crystals, which I think is neat. So I'm going to accept this, or should have done this first. Click persuade. Now I'm gonna see it's 7 credits here. Like now they took that off the table, and they will always give you, or will they not? I haven't played around, but maybe they fix this. I did explain that there's some quirkiness with how this screen works, and they may have fixed it. All right, so now they're giving me a little bit extra credits here. But I don't like doing that. What I might do is 31, 32. Okay. This is a little bit better. So, okay. So we got it all set up here. I'm going to do 5 credits per month, 32. I'm going to get 3 Harmony crystals, which is a good deal. It may not look it because I have more stuff on this side than this side, but this is 250 plus 32. 280 credits. I believe Harmony crystals are 150 each. So this is about 450 credits worth of stuff versus a little bit less. Well, modules actually, whatever. I want 3 Harmony crystals. If it's not a great deal, I don't care anymore. Now, curious enough, I could sell one to them and see what they'll give. So this is where I could, buy and sell and trade with different AIs to get things if I see. So there is some possibility, but I'm not giving them a Harmony crystal. Let's see, credits. Looks like they'll do 30 for a thulium. Okay, let's do a durantium. There is a number. I think durantium is usually about 50. Give or take. What was that thing I was doing? This doesn't work. I don't know why I'm trying to micro this down to the penny. I don't need to do that. Alright, 1 durantium for 60 credits is actually a really good deal. Let's give you 2 durantium and see what you'll give me for it. 70 credits. That's 35 credits per. That's a worse deal than the other one. So, 60 credits will do a persuade. You might as well. Okay, 70 credits for 1 durantium. And click accept. And if I were to sell at the bazaar, it would be 20 or 35. So that's a good deal here. Navigators. Ideally, if you can get it below what you can buy it for, you could actually do some arbitrage. Okay, they don't really care about my durantium at all, so we're not doing that. Right. Now there is a way of getting like a loan. If you play GalCiv 2, there was a loan system. It's just not stated, but I could do credits per month. And I can say, hey, I will give you 5 credits per month, and then they'll give me, 130 credits right up front. So if you need some money, it's never going to necessarily be in your best interest. It's not exploitable. you know, 5 credits per month is 250 credits for 130 credits. But if you need that immediate amount of money, you can do that. And which I might actually consider doing that because I want more leaders. Or if I want more leaders, you can do all this through this system. The diplomacy system can always sometimes, especially if you turn off tech train, can sometimes feel like there's not a lot you can do in there, but that's actually just not true. There's just a ton. But you have to kind of think about what you can get away with. Now I have these guys here, and I can't get a treaty with them. They won't do treaties, and I don't know if there's any advantage to doing a treaty, but I can get some discounts, and they kind of go off on their own. So let's go over here, and I'm not going to give them 4.5 credits a month, but I will declare friendship with them to get just a little bit of bonus. Now, if anyone's, and you can see it here, I asked them for money. I don't recall doing that. Now by declaring friends with the navigators, and you can see the Yor are neighboring, like they're neighboring both of these guys. They may be annoyed with one of these factions. Can't even do that. Can't even do a declaration of war. Now I'm trade. I declared friendship with them. They're annoyed. Let's see, different kinds of life forms. Okay. Celestoria has 3 population. I might do another colony ship. And we have a problem. I have some monsters that have made their way into my territory. Now I'm going to take a risk here. I'm going to cross through your space. And if they declare war on me, they may steal all my colony ships. All right, so we have a fleet of monsters that's kind of running around here. And they can be a little bit of a pain, but I do have some defenders here. Now, those are siege frigates. Those are not defenders. Actually, that's probably how I'll do this. Okay, so I have this ship, and it's pretty much its only job is to sit here and provide a buff. But now it's getting recruited for interception duty. Okay. And this will in turn level it. Or it can help level it. Okay, so we have the fighter. Now this is just going to run along, and there's a risk by having this... did I just lose my fighter? Yeah, I did. I was hoping that wasn't going to happen, but it only had 1 hit point. Unfortunately, got lucky, so it got eliminated. Okay, and then we'll come over here. Okay, they're mad about this core world. Oh, there's lavish diplomatic dinner, and minor event has become an incident. Rude behavior. I just hired... Oh, I wonder if this is reactionary event because she's cruel and rude. I never paid attention to that. Yeah, so she was rude to these guys. I put her on my world. Now she insulted the navigators, and now they're demanding a public apology. So if I hover over her, she has 56 loyalty, and I can basically apologize them and get -8, which is still fine. So I might say, hey, I don't know what you did there, but we're going to apologize, and then she's going to be annoyed with it, but she'll get over it. I haven't looked at all the events. There's a lot in them. Criteria on when they pop up, and it I've been intentionally staying out of it because it's the code behind it, or not code but XMLs, because I like the surprise on those. I do like diving into the XMLs, but I don't want to do it for that. I like to be surprised. All right. Got a couple fleets here. I think what I'm going to do is, just so I don't have the monsters and I don't have to pull off my commander ship, kind of come over here and spread out my defenses just a little bit. All right. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move this around, I don't know, here, and then now I always have vision on this area. So instead of leaving my ships kind of in orbit, I might kind of spread them out. And I might actually do this with all my ships. I'm not using them for offense. I'd rather get some constant vision on everything around me. So let's do this. And then you can also make a dedicated AWACS, which actually is not a terrible idea. I don't know if I can do that yet. Have I researched any of the techs? Subspace sensor, okay. So I could do a frigate. I absolutely refuse to do like a colony ship with all survey modules. It's just or sensor modules. It's just I don't like playing that way. But I will put a bunch of them on a frigate. And let's do the particle beam just so you get a little bit more less mass. Here, let me look for a design here. Is there a... Let's see, I already used that design. Yeah, this looks like it could be one that I would have some sensors on. So let's do the particle beam. Because I have to do a weapon. It is a requirement for frigates. And then do a subspace scanner. And then do another one. Is there a underside to that? Nope. So we'll put there too. Okay. And I need to know what to call this. I did Seed Sprout. It's not really a combat ship. So I'm going to call it a bulb. Okay. So, now I may... This is fairly new, so I never thought of maybe having a naming convention for these. We'll say bulb, and then we'll just make a note that it's a recon. Okay. And then I'll show this off again. A lot of people actually don't know if you have your shipyard. You can click Q, and then you can queue these from the list. Now this thing got pretty close. I want to probably get probably build as many of these I can until I need to. Well, I'm gonna get another population point there. So let's do like 3 of them. Do it like so. Okay.
Our vessel has chanced upon a unique artifact floating in the icy emptiness
Okay,
of space.
if I dissect this, I get a research thing. And it's hard to say here. I think the research ones here, just so you know, this is going to look odd here because I think the research progress might go down, although I only have one turn left, so I think it'll complete my research. The cages are actually kind of useful sometimes. Actually, I should have grabbed the cage, because I could do like a little funny thing. In hindsight, I should have done the cage, because what I could have done is I could have dropped a monster right around here, and then it would have killed the the colony ship, and then made another one and kill the other one coming on its way. So kind of a little thing you can do with monsters is harass the AIs with them. That's probably one of the best uses, is just get them to stop the AI from taking one of your worlds. Or stop them from taking resources. You can do a lot with them. Okay, so I got these two covered. I got these two core worlds covered. I think I might send this over here, but I can't. I'm not in range, so I might just kind of send it close for far enough away, get it on its way towards the. Okay, we got another battle. Let's watch this. Now I don't have an escort, but these are fairly weak. Please don't destroy my ship. How many hit points do I have to worry about this thing at all? 13? Oh, it should be fine. That. No. 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 RNG, play better. No. No. Oh. That scared the crap out of me. That was nerve-wracking. I thought I was gonna lose that. So I want to. Okay, you're going back here. And I like to watch all the combats. You can see a lot, and then you can learn a lot about how the combat system works. I don't think the AI cares I'm in their space. I really should not be traveling through their territory with all my colony ships. I'm just asking for them to do a war declaration. Hopefully Frogboy's not watching, because what I literally what I'd do if the AI sent 4 colony ships is I would take them. I would declare war on the spot. All right, Xeno manufacturing. Although that's how the AI should play, I think. What are we doing? Let's see, I might do a quick cut with the video here. And I'll just have a 4-hour video. Or I don't know how long I'm gonna play. Maybe another hour. Alright. Oh, this is one of my new bulb ships. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of use it to all these are gonna do is just kind of park in different areas to get some eyes on the AIs, or the AI. In just general territory. I also got to figure out where those monsters came from and destroy that nest. Let's grab this relic. Okay, okay, so we got another monster. I'm gonna take this monster. And now this AI is getting ready to grab this core world. And sometimes the monsters won't do it. You know, you can't control what they do. They're monsters. But I'm going to park this monster right here. I think they get to move before the monster does, so I think he'll get the core. But this one that's coming towards it is going to have trouble. Let's come over here. Alright, so now this ship was damaged, and I don't think there's any benefit for putting it on a shipyard. I'd have to look, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. You could just click the repair button. I should get this fleet somewhat in range of the Yor, just in case they decide to declare war. I have no idea anymore when the AI is going to declare, because I generally do very well in diplomacy. If I don't mess with diplomacy, I can usually predict when it's going to happen. Like if I do diplomacy, the AI would probably have declared war on me, but I just got it enough bonuses to prevent that. Okay, so we got. I want a supply ship, because this is another bulb. Let's get them over to kind of the AI's territory. What is my range of ship range? My sensor range is 12. Oh, that was, yeah, those 2 modules. So pretty good range on that. So from the outside, I can see into the Yor territory. I mean, right now they're letting me in there, but I can, I have enough range to see, you know, if they were to declare war on me, I could see, like, into their capital. And then if there was a war declaration, I would actually, which I'm going to probably prepare for. I might start thinking about a war declaration and take the, I might start covering their lands. It's like, okay. Okay, I'm gonna show off automation a little bit. So I have a bunch of ships here, and let's say I want to kind of repurpose them. I got these bulb ships. I'm gonna use them to take the place of these that are doing scouting. So I will click on automate, and I'll do ships of type, and we'll say, well, not probe, these seed ships, which I probably need to redesign, but, and then they're going to go to this rally point here. Do I really have a monstrous rally point and I forgot about? One second. Where is that? Why don't I see it here? I did think I set that up, but I don't see where it's at. Okay. So, why I showed this off is, you know, ships of type. I can send all the ones with this type and then send it over to Thrace. Thrace Rally Point, and that'll give them new orders. And then I can do the same thing with Sprout. I can do Shroom was I can do siege ships. Okay, Pollen on my leave, Recon on my leave, and then I can do fleets. This one's a little bit riskier, but you can also do the same thing with fleets. And what that does, manufacturing, and let's do orbital manufacturing and then start working on upgrading my military research. So all these ships now, without having to sit here and micro every single ship, that's a bulb, they all go over here. Now this one didn't go over there, and the reason is because it's a fleet. And if I selected fleets, I could have those go to these rally points. And so we're going to kind of collapse on the AI. I came here a little bit early, but let's do this.
Your associates have returned with information suggesting
Unusable
that significant
tile,
areas
colonist
of your
becomes
planet are
infected.
inhabited by sentient pod-like organisms. These pods possess the capability to establish a connection with other sentient beings.
If this is
This
like a
bonding process
Festron.
leads to the host benefiting from increased intelligence. However, there is a troubling drawback.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Xanthium deposit. Two of those. We got 16. We'll do the 20. Okay. And over here, we're a little bit further away. Here I can give. Let's see, you were heading. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have you just run past. Then you're gonna go over here. And so I'm gonna take this colony, take this one, and then not gonna worry about this. The navigators will probably get where I do. But I'll take all this territory. Okay, how many? We got decent population from building those, so let's do 3 more colony ships. Gain a soldier citizen, gain a scientist, or gain an entertainer. I do the well, none of these really matter. It's really what discount do you want? Because you can convert them all. Although I don't know if I've unlocked entertainers yet. I'm gonna do the based just on the other benefit there. So that I didn't actually see if it was Celestoria that got it. Can I do entertainers? No, I haven't unlocked it yet. That's fine. It's like the next tech whenever I decide to do it. Okay, Durantium processor is 10% pollution, which is a lot, and 3% manufacturing. Now, the pollution is a little bit of a hit. This is also my one with Kimberly's Refuge. However, I'm gonna do that anyways. Oh, I'm gonna do this Wonder. Is this gonna be my manufactured world? Kind of looking like it. Yes. What's my pollution at? Okay, so it's gonna hurt by putting a Durantium processor on there, but I think I'm gonna do it anyways. And these are what, 3% now? Okay. So kind of on the outskirts, buffing things, but not necessarily a centerpiece. In the previous video, I explained the triangles, diamonds, and circles. There's actually another step to that, and when to use each one. So right here, this would be a good spot for a circle, and the reason why I would say that is you have your manufacturing, each one gives 5% per level. So by putting this in the center, you get 5% per level. So this is 35% manufacturing, which is shown up there. So that's pretty good. You have your districts. This is 2% per level. So they're not really ones that you want to put in the center. You kind of put those on the outside. And then they add one manufacturing. They kind of, feed into the next one. And then you have this Durantium processor, which they give, you look at these bonuses, you get a +2 manufacturing. They're usually around +1 to +3. So +1 is pretty much you put them on the outside. +2s are, you could almost say if you have a +2, you do like a diamond. And what this is you have your wheel here, and then where you put your next, what feeds into it is you put things like the Durantium processor, and then you have, it's going to buff. If I put it here, it buffs this tile, this tile, this tile, and this tile. That's your diamond pattern. So using that logic, you can determine how you, or which improvements are better to put in different places. Now, ideally, I feed these two because these are both. What are you? Okay, so this one's an iron bear. This one's basically a diamond centerpiece. Because the diamond is, you have these four are a diamond, but then you put your stronger tiles on the edges, and it doesn't matter which edge. So when you're planning these, you can visualize what's you can pick different spots to put them depending on the type of improvement. So this is a one that I would use as a diamond, and then I might take this diamond so I take this pattern here. Here's a diamond, and now I'm going to move it over here. And I'm going to place that right there and move it first. And then I have Razor's Lift. Razor's Lift bonus per level. This is a center of a circle. So I look over here. Well, this center is already taken. So I have another one. It's this tile right now is empty, but if I add terraforming, hey Dragon dear, if I terraform that tile, then I have a full circle. So I'll put this here. I'll build Razor's Lift right there. And then I have this. This is, it doesn't really give manufacturing. It gives some approval here. And this actually be good because I'm going to annoy my population by doing this. And it's only a +1, or no, +2. So this would be where I would put into a diamond, and ideally next to the next circle. So by lining these up the way I have, I make this area really strong with adjacency bonuses. And after I do this, I mean, right now I'm at 6/6. After I get a few turns in, it'll go up. And then I have this here. The only reason I'm probably going, well, whatever, one more. My population's going to be a little annoyed that I have all these coming, but that's fine. And then I'll move this up, and now this is how you get a really strong production core. And you can use this concept for anything but basically tourism. Okay, and then I also have I do have to think about orbital manufacturing is like the ultimate diamond piece, which now might change some of this here. Problem is my population is just not going to be happy when I put they changed the starport, so it increases pollution, and if I really pump that up, they're going to be annoyed. But it really is the best diamond piece, so I might put that. I might plan to put the starport right here, and this is going to go right here, and then this. I mean, right now this would be a triangle, and this would be the center part of the triangle. Actually, this could just about go anywhere. What would be a 5 if I put that there? Or you can see here that'd be a 1. This would be a 1. Uh, yeah, let's do this, and this will help balance out all of that here. And I think I might do this like so. So I'll place a starport here, and I got to time it. So I mean, I don't want what I'm worried about. Not necessarily. If I look at all my bonuses here, I believe I have room to spare. You know, the 16%. I'm not going to add all these up. I've asked if they can put this in here. Yeah, yeah. Well, and this faction here is even more annoyed by pollution because it's basically bear attack. So they they are hypersensitive to pollution. So I have to be careful with it. All right. So and then that's kind of how plant management, you know, after you get your basic patterns, this is how to use those patterns to their fullest. Okay. Now we have some harmony crystals here. Harmony crystals are pretty much best only for your governors. Uh, yeah, it's a lot of colonies for one core world, but I'm still fairly. I don't colonize. Or sorry, I don't just core stuff to core stuff or core them fast. I get them really strong so I can rapidly build the other things up. I'm only on turn 51. I'm probably one core behind that I would normally do. No, actually, I'm at the same. I have 3. So, uh, but I'm starting to get a point where I start adding more cores. Once I have production to get supply ships out to build those up. Okay, what was it doing? Harmony crystals. So we have our loyalty here, 46, and if we go to our world down here, oh, it's right here. We have our approval. Let's come over here. So this 48 loyalty is our governor's loyal 2%. So it's a 2% buff. I don't know the actual calculation here, but if I give them a gift, because there was a question asked is like, do I need to bother with loyalty past 40? Yes. And here's why. It may not be enough, but now they're, because my governor is even more loyal, now it's 8% loyalty. So this is why harmony crystals are amazing. You want to get as many of them as possible and get this on on the cooldown. Because that's basically it, like 8% production and whatnot. Yep. Yeah, I think I did some real goofy math, but yes, exactly. Uh, oh, I've already used a harmony crystal on here. And then you can't, don't waste harmony crystals on your leader. They will not go past 100. So, that came up, someone was asking like, hey, there's a bug. Um, it's like, no, you can't, put harmony crystals on their leader. They can't be any more loyal to themselves. They'll always be 100 loyalty flat. So, and then you also want to watch when harmony crystals show up on this list, like every 5 turns. And I think I can wait like every multiple of 5 and then +1. I think this stock will change. I think that's how it works. So at turn 56, I'll get a new list of resources here, or it's something to that effect. It's every 5 turns. I just don't know if it's you know 5 the every multiple of 5 +1, or if it's based on when you actually grab the bazaar. Neither of these are that useful. I don't have these resources to sell yet. I'd probably sell the. Well, I might. Tech pod hives are useful. I don't know if I'm doing. Yeah, there is a notification. There's a circle down here when you do it. I like to know it based on turn times. Like some people play with the months, and I know they were pushing it because they like all the immersion and that. I was like, no, I want to know exactly what turn I'm on. All right, let's get one of these bulbs over here. So because I did automation, I didn't have to order all these ships to head over here. You know, I use the automate tool to speed that up. I should probably core one of these. Yeah. Well, and this is like if I was doing a after action replay or something like that, then it's fun to have like, oh, on the year of blah blah blah, I did this, but I'm not that good of a writer, so I'll leave it that. I've read some amazing after action reports from people. In fact, Frogboy does those every once in a while, and they're really fun to read. But I am no good at doing that sort of thing. I'm not a creative writer. Now this is a criminal. I don't have to worry about because I already picked the thing that says I'm immune to
Flowers
crime.
of a specific plant on a planet whose name is yet to be mentioned serve as a potent
I
intoxicant.
wonder if the crime.
The drug
I
derived from
think
these
that
flowers
actually would be
bestows
10%
intense
crime.
sense of satisfaction to all those who consume it. However, there have been a few incidents where individuals, under its influence,
let's do approval. Let's see. So I'm flying past here, which and sometimes a risk. AI can come in and grab this, but I've already made my way towards this planet over here. I might as well take advantage. I'm not that far ahead and keep going. Okay, so I'm gonna use my little recon scout, try to find where those monsters earlier came from. Okay, so I find myself, I keep trying to take ships that pop out of here and go over here. I can do the same thing. I can click on set rally point and I can... Oh, is that where... Wait. That's why I couldn't find it earlier. Well, where's monsters? Where's monsters at? Oh, it's way over here. Never mind. It's not... They're not coming from there. I am playing... I do have a start. I have this on YouTube. It's large, several, and 18 races, I think. So, 2 races per sector. I set up for 2 races per sector, and then I added a few more. So, I do have another game that I've been playing on my own, where I literally put in the recommended number of AIs, every single one of them. So it's the same setup, but it's 32 AIs, and it looks like CK3. So there's like in this sector, there's like 6 AIs, and I got one system, and then it was war. I wiped out the Yor with cosmic containment. In hindsight, I kind of regret not recording that because it is kind of a fun little game. This is my first attempt at cosmic containment, and kind of playing around with strategies. And I have one I think I'll use in the future and how I want to approach those. Okay, this guy isn't. I'm not going to use this for combat at all. Probably more movement. Cosmic Containment is one of the new factions. They're ammonium based, which means they are immune to pollution for their food, and then they get a growth bonus with pollution. And then their citizens evolve and whatnot. They're really fun. You should try them out. but they are pretty. I'd say they play very differently than any other faction in the game. Like, I don't know if it's intentional that way, but like you basically, the whole faction breaks all the rules of the that you come up with the very opposite of how you play Terran. Okay, so this is finished repairing. Yeah, a lot of people like synths. Mapping artifact. I might actually take this. I don't know if I'm gonna use it yet, but I might have that. I like the mapping artifact because it's not the telescope takeover. It's not this tiny little circle. It's a big circle, and I think you see stuff. Oh, I could probably do another colony ship. Yeah, don't think I missed any timings. Colony ship. Do want to finish this here. I do need another core world. What I need to do is send it over here. And then take this, and I'm going to make this not a recruiting station. I want planetary beacon, which means I need Durantium. Okay, so we've met the Onyx. I'll talk to you later. I don't talk to the AIs until I can at least trade open borders with them. And okay, so we have all this. I have literally, this is odd because I almost always am flooded with antimatter. I don't have any. Do need this Xeno entertainment. This actually isn't a bad idea because then I can do the Goodwill tour. But this one allows me to do leadership recruiting. I'm gonna do leadership recruiting. Not quite at the point.
Flagship picks up an unusual energy signature emanating from a nearby asteroid.
I need leadership recruiting because I want to get start getting down to the free mind center and getting leaders there. Except for I just get crap leaders this game. Everyone is just absolutely garbage. I think my wife woke up, so I think my playtime might be a bit more limited coming up soon. I want to hang out with her if she wants to do things. I might take this world here, and then I'm going to do a Durantium to do the planetary beacon. What's my 39%? That's not too bad. Means I only get 0.6. Because that suffers from decay, right? Yeah, 0.6. Okay. So, how are we doing? Okay, so the AI is kind of pushing a little bit, and now they have an economic starbase and a culture starbase. So I'm starting to waver on my borders. So I need to come over here. They don't have the production capacity to really build that in a reasonable time. So let's get a culture starbase over here. And there's still 7 turns. I need to get some supply ships, but not fall behind. Let's do set rally point, new rally point over here. I need to push the supply ships. Do we have an interstellar? Yes, I do. Okay. Oh, here's if you ever want to know how many stored goods you have, because sometimes you're like, okay, it says 2 turns. You click on this, it says 1. It's because I have stored goods. Yes, I make my own supply ships because I can put an or unshielded thruster on them. So, in fact, I could probably I won't build the base constructor or the colony ship anymore. And then depending on how far I need to go, it'll be a whether I build the supply air supply ship or the supply ship. I need probably just well, let's not put it on repeat because I'll just have way too much. Let's get this. Let's try to get this world built up, and then some other one. I might start trying to core a lot more, and then don't know. I might sit around here with a fleet and just kind of stare down on their territory and not actually attack. All right, so I have all my orders here. And we have, I'm going to look real quick, our monthly income is 27. So let's see. Now I have like these 3 quality ships. I have a treaty. Or sorry, harmony crystals. I have a treaty. Now last time I could get them for 5, but I also had a few other things to sweeten the pot a little bit. Actually, you have a snuggler colony. That is worth quite a bit to me. I don't know if it's worth that much though. How much is 1 harmony crystal? Because I did use all mine on everyone that needed one. Now they only have 1 snuggler colony, so they get extra greedy if it's their last copy. Or you know they have a low supply, so they increase the price. I don't know how I want to do this. I want to do something with these guys, but how much is 1 harmony crystal? No. No. Oh, here's something that I was going to show, and I haven't done it yet. So let's say you want to declare war on someone. You can click, you can kind of see who, you click on them and see who they like and don't like. Like they're neutral with the ore, they're neutral with the onyx. Yeah, so at the beginning of this, as far as the reason why my negotiations are good is I work very heavily in diplomacy, so I have a lot of buffs. And once you get to like around 9, you get some, you can get like, I think 9 is a actual threshold where you get a good discount. So you want to, if you want to get more from the AI, you need to, they need to like you. It's kind of common sense, you know. They're not going to give you a great deal if they don't respect you. All right, so I might just spend my diplomat capital, and we'll just see what they'll give me for it. Sometimes you can get, no, you can't do any of that stuff. Yeah, 30's fine. Okay, the your. Last time they gave me 50 credits. Now they don't care because they have more Durantium stockpiled. They do have some tech pod hives, so I want this. I'm actually going to look at making a mod that disables the bazaar, and you have to get all your resources from the AIs. No. Now they don't like me, so they don't really want to give me anything. Okay, and then these guys will do a persuade, and then we'll do What are you missing? You have Durantium. You love Promethean, but I don't have any. Plus, you have plenty of Promethean. We'll just do open borders. So, wow, you're actually giving a lot for that. So we look here, we have the same values. So they must be, I don't even remember why I am. Tradition? I think I'm traditional. And then a common enemy. Who am I? Who is their common enemy? Did someone declare war and I didn't realize it? I'm really happy about it. Whatever, I might have to look. There might be a war declaration. Huh. Well, they're giving me actually quite a bit. Usually they give you like 30 to 50 credits, so they're giving me 70 for open borders. Now, they these guys I'm going to let's see, how am I doing crits? I might actually try to, so I might say, hey, we would offer you a financial we're gonna offer you some financial aid, and you know, I might give them some of my money that gives them a buff. uh I haven't had Drengen declare on me since the entire Supernova, because I intentionally make Drengen like my best ally, just because it makes me happy. And then we'll friends and whatnot. So you know this will pay off, you know, later on. And then these guys are just kind of. I need to play a navigator game because I don't know what their strengths are. Let's see. I need more resource types. I need to start buying some from the bazaar. So I could look at these and I don't know what the average values are, and I can say, okay, I might buy this pollen here for 85. And then I can come in here and see. Yeah, they don't care. I don't care either. So it's kind of a waste that time. But if they don't have anything, I could buy off the bazaar and sometimes get a good enough deal to do stuff with it. And I'm gonna lose. Well, I'm gonna hold on to it. I may use it later to sell. That was 85, so you can kind of. Yeah, especially if you trade to, if you buy stuff off the bazaar and sell to uh, your close allies. Oh yeah, I look at like every time I do a game, I try to come up with something crazy, and I've had games where I will literally have a faction like the Yor, and I will get everyone to declare war on them, and then I'll become close allies, and then I will um, ask the Yor, you know, have them give me a whole bunch of money to I do some crazy shenanigans, just the hell of it, or I could just have them, you know, just add a bunch of war. Especially when I did Wrath, I kept making sure my allies were at war because then I get trade bonuses. And oddly enough, the Drath, especially the beginning of the Drath video, is like that. A lot of people watch that one. It's so old. It's it's like 1.6. All right, what was I gonna do with this constructor? I had a purpose. I had a purpose. I had a purpose. It was come down here and do a culture base. That's what I was gonna do. Now I might end up annoying an AI with this. Yeah, Banty's gonna get a tiny bit annoyed with me a little bit here. And I will... Because the AI, you can generally push culture to an AI, and they won't do anything unless you use a starbase nearby. And I might do it. So since I'm, no matter what, they're going to just get annoyed that I'm putting a starbase next to them. I'm going to put it right in a way that I could probably flip their colonies. I actually need to do asteroid binding. I have a giant asteroid field nearby. Okay. Yeah, I will post this video online. I'm probably going to wrap up here fairly soon. But there'll be the whole video and the previous one. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to kind of go a little bit past. And, you know, if they're going to get annoyed with... okay, so this is... They're going to give me 3 tech pod hives, which is, I think, 80 each. So this kind of plays into, if you play nice with the AIs, they give you good deals. Like, you know, some people... or when you're playing, you're wondering why the AI is asking you for your entire economy for something small. Well, this is actually, I think this is a better deal. 1886. I'm gonna accept it because I don't have them memorized. And if you change the deal or back out, it's like use it or lose it. I have no idea what that would have been. I'm gonna say it's 80. So I came out better, and tech pod hives are very useful because I can go to, let me guess, I don't have that many, except for it's not useful, well, because I have no modules. But you can upgrade your...
Your flagship picks up an unusual energy signature emanating
okay.
from a group of Taurian scientists are on a mission.
Taurian scientists. This starts a mission. You get a special improvement. Should always do this one because you get 3 I think it's 3 population.
Their plan to investigate this involves
but more importantly, you get the special improvement.
However, they are seeking...
And yeah, the population is Taurians, but Taurians expand faster. So, you know, I can get a planet full of the Taurians and use them to shuttle their population over to my other planets. Now, I see a little problem here, but it looks like I've already accounted for it, because I'm almost capped on my population, and I'm not. This is not optimized right now. I'm not. I have citizens here, so let's. This is my research. Kind of will be my research capital. So let's find any good scientists, which and Taurians would be really good for that. So the Taurian Academy is 5 Promethean, which is a lot of money. I do want the... That's a lot. Let me think about how I make that money. I can sell these. I can get all 5 of them. I'll get 1 Promethean. That's not a good deal. I'm actually doing really poor on resources. What's over? Oh, I should do the overlordship. I think this is... I keep this. I'm gonna put it next to my big fleet, and if it looks at me funny, yeah, you keep it. Okay. Oh, it's a cruiser now. I think it used to be a frigate. Okay, let me move this just so I'm not necessarily in their territory with it. Okay, now I have another Grove Growth. Grove Growth is, it's very easy to look at this like, why would I want this? For the bear tech, because they're so sensitive of pollution, Grove Growth helps you rebound. It allows you to add more pollution without capping your population. And food's more important now that um, the population, individual population, is important. All right, but what am I gonna do? Let's look at. I don't remember tax exemptions. +8 loyalty. That's not a bad idea. Because I think that now it doesn't show, but I think it reflects it. Oh, plus I'm also multi-capped. But I think actually this might be a good stopping point here. I don't know what I might do here. Probably research grants. So, okay, I think that's all I might do for right now. I may come back a little later tonight. I stream very randomly. If you have any questions or anything, I will post this on YouTube. And I think I might start answering any questions I see about the game at the beginning of these videos. So, thanks for coming along, and I'll have fun, enjoy the game. If you haven't bought it already, go ahead and buy it. And talk to you later.